Hello everyone, my name is Steve Dodrell and welcome to On and Off the Workbench. Today we are going to be on the workbench. You may recognize this rod from a previous video. What we're going to do today is some basic service on the reel that came with it. Nothing special, nothing fantastic, something you should probably do to your reels 2 or 3 times a year depending on how hard you fish and what the conditions are where you fish. So without further ado, I'll get you down here on the bench so you can see what I'm doing, and off we go. Okay folks, what we have here is your basic 25-year-old fly casting reel. Nothing special, nothing fantastic. It's a South Bend. It's a moderately priced one in the day. It was a pretty decent reel in the day when it was purchased, and it's still a pretty decent reel today. Basically all a reel's designed for in my consideration is someplace to hold the line. I strip my line. I river fish and I'm not catching these monsters that you guys out in the coast are, but nonetheless, every 3 or 4 times a year, I suppose, depending on how hard I'm fishing, I go through and give them a good cleanup. And basically with most of them, and you'll find this with just about every fly reel you're looking at these days, the interior pulls right out. There's a button right here. Just push down on it, or there's a lever or a switch. Pull the reel out, and by God, this one's dirty. So what I'll do is I'll move you guys over to the sink with me and I'll show you what I do to get this grime off of here, because sometimes it's pretty stubborn. Well folks, as I've always said, good old-fashioned hot water and soap gets the job done more often than not. The blue stuff, you gotta love this stuff. It works great. It's hot, damn hot. And don't be getting too judgmental about the sink. This sink has been here since 1947, and boy has it gotten a workout. I've lived in this house for 37 years and my family before that. So we're gonna dump that reel in there, give it a good swish around, and we're gonna let it sit for a bit. That water's damn hot. Cooking for about 15 minutes. I'm sure it, ooh, damn, that's hot. Well, we're just gonna give it a good scrub. Inside, outside, and around and about. Well, there's a lot of it right in there. Holes. Like this guy was fishing in a mud puddle. You just got to remember, anything that's in that water comes back to this reel on that line. Alright, let's get the inside. This is really nasty. I don't think this has ever been serviced. Yeah. Hot soapy water gets it done. Yeah, that dish soap, man, you can clean anything with that. And if you can't clean it with that, you hit it with some nasty stuff first and then finish up with this. And this gets all the grunge out of it. This is just a brush that I dropped and broke the handle off of years ago. I was using it for a cut brush. And now it works good to clean whatever. Alright, these are really handy too. Nice to get into the tight spots. I don't know if any of you have ever heard the stories about the Fuller Brush Man, but there was a good reason why there was a Fuller Brush Man. Look it up. You'll get a laugh out of it. All right, Okay, that should do it. I'll let it soak a little bit longer just to make sure. And I'm gonna rinse this off and see if there left anything on here. Okay, that's what a few minutes work with a brush and some good hot soapy water will do. I'll be back over to the bench in a few moments. Okay folks, we're back at the bench again, and yeah, we got it cleaned up pretty good. It's clean inside and out. Even got a little bit of that grunge off the pot metal on the foot. Looking pretty good. The only thing left to do is lube it up a little bit. Depending on what you've got, you may want to take a little bit of wax to it, kind of clean it up with that. But I have some silicone grease. Love this stuff. It's absolutely fantastic. Comes in these little bitty tubes. It's convenient. Put it in the tackle box. Makes it easy to get at. And make sure that we get some down into everything. No, these are not my wife's paintbrushes. They're actually mine. My wife does tie-dye. That might be part of the reason that sink over there that we had seen earlier has got so much dark, grungy crud in it. Okay, that ought to do that. Now the shaft here has a tendency to ride just on this tip. We're going to get a little bit down here around the sides. Around that little collar right there. Just for good measure. And now we're going to move over and get some on this. It's just a ring so that the clicker's got something to actuate it. Make racket. Okay, less is more. Now, slide it back together. Make sure we get that grease in there where it belongs, and hey, there we are. And clicker. Wow. Sweet, nice and smooth, clean, works well. Wow, can't hardly beat that. The last thing to do with this now is going to be running these little screws in to make sure they're all snug, and most of them I think are probably going to be nice and tight, but I'll bet you there is a loose one. We find more than one loose one. There's a loose one. Yep, nice and tight. Ooh, that was real loose. Yep, these on this side seem to be pretty loose. Oh my. That was almost 3/4 of a turn. That's a half a turn. My. Okay. Ready to go fishing. Okay, there you have it. Nice and clean. Running like a champ. What I think I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put some 8-weight on it. I like to overweight my fly rods, at least one line size. Makes it feel a little bit better for me, although I do throw a lot of heavier flies, bass streamers, that sort of thing, large terrestrials, and a little bit heavier line helps roll them big flies over. There it is. Thanks for coming. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, smash that bell, and we'll see you back at on and off the workbench next time.